Hi guys, this is Ranjit and welcome to the first Tech Q&A session of 2025. And we have got variety of questions that you guys had posted on Twitter. And the first couple of questions, 5-6 will be smartphone related questions. Then 5-6 questions are based on cars, EVs and solar and stuff like that. Then some mixed questions about technology and stuff. And lastly about the health, lifestyle and all those things. So let's get on with this one. And okay, the first question that I got is from Abhinav. And he's asking me, hey Ranjit, looking for some recommendations on budget phones under rupees 25,000 for parents. As you have told Abhinav, for parents and elders, I feel the UI should be very clean without any bloatware, adware or pop-ups or whatever gets in notifications. That's very important for elders and stuff. But they just tend to click anything and thereby they might install some crazy apps or unwanted apps, and it can be a security issue. That's why I would say under 25,000 you can definitely look at this Nothing Phone 3A. Very good. I've already posted my review. As its parents, again, they won't be doing hardcore gaming. Only issue with this one is that for hardcore gamers I don't recommend. Another smartphone that I can recommend is the Motorola Edge Neo 50. I think so. That was for 21,000 or something like that. That's also actually pretty decent smartphone. But in camera, I feel this might do slightly better. But yeah, those are my two recommendations. Next is for CM. This is from CMK. He's asking, you were praising Samsung for updates earlier, but Samsung is far behind updates this year. What could be the reason? Yes, I'm also very annoyed with Samsung. That is particularly the One UI, the new One UI that you are getting. We got it on the S25 series, etc. But the earlier smartphones, even the S24, S23 series, etc., haven't got the new One UI update, and I don't know why Samsung is delaying it like crazy. The latest news that I got, it will be shipped around the April time frame, and I feel it's very slow. Even other manufacturers like Xiaomi, etc., haven't also delayed their Android 15 update so late. So I'm really annoyed with Samsung. Again, it's a message to actually these brands. Okay, don't promise 8 years, 7 years of Android upgrades if you simply cannot give it quickly. I would rather suggest give a promise of 4 years of OS upgrades, but give it quickly and on time. So it's a very bad move by Samsung, I would say, that they are delaying the new One UI update that is based on Android 15 so much. This is by Sumant. The longer lasting televisions and refrigerators companies currently. The question stems from how quickly TVs and fridges are getting spoiled compared to a decade old. Yes, I can completely agree with you. Earlier, for example, refrigerators used to easily last about 15 years. My old LG refrigerator was almost 12 years old and it was still working. We just changed to a new double door we just wanted. So yes, but the new ones, yes, you are right, are simply not made with that kind of quality. Hence they last just for 5-6 years. In fact, one big brand manager, I won't name, in consumer appliances told that these days lifetime warranty, I was hearing, because some brands were giving lifetime warranty. I asked him, what do you mean by lifetime warranty? He said indirectly, lifetime warranty means it should work fine without any issues for 5 years. So that's the state we are. And the thing is that these days products prices also have come down significantly if you look at it compared to earlier. But again, because of that, I think so the quality also has taken a big impact. So these days, yes, realistically you should keep in your head that you might have to replace this product after 5-6 years, or something or the other will actually stop working. And also one more annoying thing that I'm noticing with many of the brands is that for example, in TVs I've noticed, I had one high-end TV from LG, and after 5.5 years actually it had a problem, and when we went to the service center, they told that this TV is so old, we no longer make parts for it. So we had no choice but to discard. So that's the sad trend that is going on in the industry. This is by Mr. Roy. He's asking, I'm looking to buy a phone for my wife within 20,000. Would love your suggest. Around 20,000, I would suggest that the Motorola Edge Neo 50. I think so that was around 21 or etc. But if you can extend your budget a little bit and you think your wife takes a lot of photographs, then the Nothing Phone 3A, you can get it for about 23,000. This is by Tahir. He's asking why many people are asking about nothing new 3A series. I'm more interested in the upcoming Pixel 9a. Should I wait for that or go with the Pro 3? Tahir, yes, the Pixel 9a will be launching, but we know the pricing of the Pixel 9a initially whenever they launch, and it's supposed to be launching very soon in the next couple of weeks or whatever, the pricing in India at least will be very high. Generally they'll launch it at what, 45,000, 50,000, and at that price point the Pixel A series simply do not make any sense. And yes, eventually after 4 months they decrease the price. For example, now the Pixel 8a's price has been increased, but recall what was the pricing of the Pixel 9a when they launched in India. So again, yes, even when the Pixel 9a will come, the pricing will be so high. I am expecting around 45,000 if I'm aggressive about it. In that area, I would say Pixel still does not price their smartphones well in India. This is by Aryan. He's asking an interesting question. Your analysis on Xiaomi dropping market share likely due to subpar Redmi models. Yes, Aryan, yes, you are completely right. The Xiaomi's, smartphone market share has fallen down drastically, and I think so now it's at the lowest point. And I feel that is because of the Redmi smartphones. Yes, the Xiaomi phones, for example, the Ultras and all these things are slightly on the higher side premium. Yes, definitely they are premium smartphones. This is the 14 Ultra, my personal unit that I had purchased. But yes, the Redmi series also, what mistake they did is that they're trying to actually premierize it, and that way the phone started become expensive. Earlier, if you notice, the Redmi Note series specifically, I'm talking about a couple of years ago, whenever the Redmi Note series used to launch, there was nothing around that price point that used to stand out. Yes, the Note series had one or two minor faults, but you could easily ignore those faults because at that price point there was no other smartphone that could compete with that. But that is no longer the case with the Redmi Note series. For example, now if I recall, Motorola also has become aggressive. Earlier the problem with the Motorola smartphones was the camera used to be horrible, but the new Motorola series from the 50 onwards, the cameras actually have started becoming better, and in many cases they are priced slightly lower than the Redmi Note series. And also, if people are looking for performance and stuff like that, then iQOO is actually giving very, very good and very powerful processors compared to the Redmi Note series. So I frankly feel they have diluted the Redmi Note series quite a bit, and that is hitting them because the Redmi Note series were the biggest volume sellers for Xiaomi. And I hope the next Redmi Note series they come back to the roots and build a smartphone that just stands out, and that is the only way they can regain the market. That's my frank opinion. Keep your premium smartphones to the Xiaomi range. Don't dilute the Redmi range, is my frank opinion. Anyways, moving to the next one. This is by Tahir. He's asking, have you ever used Apple CarPlay? If so, how was your experience and what do you think it's better, petrol or electric cars? It depends, petrol or electric cars. Electric cars, I would say, is mostly you're driving in the city, then I would say electric cars are ideal. But if you frequently do highways, then the fuel car like petrol or diesel makes more sense. Apple CarPlay, yes, I have used Apple CarPlay. In my BMW, the Apple CarPlay I had used wireless, and now even in my new XUV 700 I've used Apple CarPlay, and it works very well. But to be very frank, I would say I find the Android Auto to be a bit better than the Apple CarPlay. That's my frank opinion because I have both. I use it, so that is what it is. Anyways, this is by Venkatesh. He's asking, as you are using an EV and solar panels, I know everyone cannot afford a solar. Can you make a point on presenting the advantage of BLDC fans as they are more efficient? I switched the mostly regular used 4 fans in my house, overall bringing down the power bill by 200 units. That is about 50 units to 100. Yes, BLDC fans are really, really good. In fact, in this new setup that I had made about 3 years ago, all my fans are BLDC. And again, as some of you might know, this office space that I have this in this area where I do my work, this is completely run on solar, and this is actually off grid. So I have a off grid solar plant, 2 kilowatt, which charges the battery, and this entire setup is run via that. So I have to be very, very careful about the electricity that I use. That's why from the start only I started using BLDC fans. In fact, the BLDC fans consume 3 times less electricity compared to conventional fans. And yes, if you want to reduce your electricity bills, BLDC fans are a very good option, I would say. If you're buying a new fan right now, or let's say your old fan has conked out, you want to just get the BLDC fan. It just makes a lot more sense. Anyways, this is by Purva. He's asking, what are your thoughts over Tesla launching in India? Even if it comes at a low 35 lakhs, do you think people will buy? Purva, initially, yes, the Tesla will get a little bit of sales because of the hype and all those things. If they can price around that 35 lakhs or whatever, it will have a decent amount of booking. But I don't know if this initial wave that we will see will sustain, because the problem is that people don't realize. I had a BMW for almost 5 years. I sold it off about 6 months ago, and I purchased the XUV 700 because the XUV 700, to be very, very frank, was a more practical and easy to run car than a BMW. Small repairs also in the BMW used to cost 6 or 7 times more compared to a regular car. That expensive these cars are. And I think so the Teslas and stuff, also the repair cost or whatever something happens will be like that. So when people buy a car, they just look at the initial price, but they don't look at the total price that you're paying throughout the life of the car. Maybe you'll use the car for 10 or 12 years. They don't look at the total cost. Once you start looking at the total cost, then things will change. But there are a lot of rumors that yes, initially they might come with the Model 3, but there are some rumors that in the future, if the initial batch of Teslas do good, there are rumors that Tesla might put a factory in India, and they might release a low-cost Tesla that is supposed to be rumored the Series 2. And if they do that, and they bring down that price of the Tesla 2 or whatever around the between 20 and 25,000, yes, then it can become a very serious competitor. But again, there are a lot of ifs and buts, and also how will be the servicing cost, repair cost of those Teslas will be a big question there, entire network and all those things. But yes, initially there will be a little bit of hype, and some people who were waiting, etc., will get that. Again, remember guys, the Teslas, what they have, the Tesla Model 3, the ground clearance is super low, and one of the reasons that I sold my BMW was because of the ground clearance. It used to touch down anytime I used to take it on the highway, etc., and bad roads, it used to scrape down. And I think so the Tesla Model 3 also will have similar problems. So again, if Tesla makes a new special car, that's the Model 2 specifically for Indian conditions with good ground clearance and stuff, then it can sustain. Else, if they're just importing those cars with very low ground clearance, yes, it will be a niche market, but not a mass market. Anyways, this is by Jindal. Have you experienced, as you have the experience of EV vehicles, I'm confused to choose a vehicle. How should I choose, on what criteria? Jindal, again, I've got the similar questions earlier also. I would say if you're, I think so your dilemma is between a fuel vehicle, let's say a petrol vehicle, or EV. I would say if your monthly run is a lot, anywhere over 800 or about 1,000 kilometers, and you mostly, I would say, drive in the city, then EV will make sense. But let's say if your run is very less, I know many people who have cars who have a run of just about 300, 400 kilometers max. For them, I would say EV does not make sense, because still the EVs, if you compare it to the fuel car, that is a petrol car, etc., there is a cost difference. Even in the mid-range ones, there is a cost difference of about 2.5 to 3 lakhs, and this you will recoup only if you're driving your EV a lot more, for example 800 kilometers, etc., or more over the long run. I personally like my Nexon EV and I love it, though even though when I had my BMW and now have the XUV 700, still my Nexon EV gets used the most most, because it's so practical, I would say, because 95% of my run is within the city, and my typical run on my Nexon EV is anywhere between 1200 to 1500 kilometers. So again, if your run is more and you're mostly driving within the city, then EV makes a lot of sense. But I because my uncle is after me, he has the Honda City, he's impressed with my Nexon EV, and though his run is just about 250 kilometers, he wants to buy the EV, and I'm telling him no, because it simply does not make sense, because his run is so low. Anyways, moving to the next one. This is by Explorer. He says, best phone you can recommend. Budget is not a constraint, and your experience owning the SUV 700. Do you think you have gone for a diesel? I'm very happy with the XUV 700, and I'm happy with the petrol one, because I have driven this diesel one also, and the refinement, yes, the diesel one is also very, very refined, but in terms of that refinement, the petrol is slightly more refined, and that matters to me. It might not matter to a lot of people, but that matters to me. And I love the XUV 700 as a vehicle. I have been actually doing a lot of highway drives in this. Just last week I went to Bangalore, etc. Now I've already done about 8,000 kilometers on the XUV 700. It's been what, 6 or 7 months since I've purchased. And just remember, my BMW I had for 5 years, I could drive only 11,000 kilometers. Because of the road conditions. So I'm loving the XUV 700. It's, I would say, a great car for highway. The comfort that it has when you are on the highway, wow, it's a mile muncher, I would say. Regarding the phone, budget is not a constraint. Again, you can look at the S25 Ultra, I would say. But to be very frank, I would say the new S25 Ultra series have become not revolutionary, because the upgrades have become very, very evolutionary. And some of my friends have asked me, they have the S23 Ultra, should I upgrade? I told them, if your phone is working fine, there is no real point for upgrading, to be very, very frank. That's the thing. Also, if you want the camera-centric smartphones, I would say the Vivo X200 Pro is a very, very good phone. Yes, you have to bear with the UI a little bit, but it takes 5 minutes to disable those editing stuff. Now, the upcoming Xiaomi 15 Ultra is also actually coming. If you are a camera focused person, camera is the highest priority. You can also have a look at that. Xiaomi hasn't announced the pricing of it, but I think so it will be also priced around 1 lakh. Anyways, moving to the next one. This is by Gaurav. A big fan of Samsung, but can you answer Samsung doesn't provide free repair for green lines like OnePlus does? My S21 Plus has terrible green lines. They inspected the phone, it's in great condition, still they decline free repairs. Yes, Gaurav, apart from OnePlus, other brands are not repairing if you have a green line issue, be it Samsung, be it iPhones, etc. I've already made 2 dedicated videos about it. In fact, just last month I made a dedicated video that I'm reluctant to recommend flagship smartphones, be it iPhones or even Android smartphones, because of that green line issue. And I say kudos to OnePlus for that one. OnePlus is the only brand now with the OnePlus 13 series. They have said that if you ever have green line issues, they will take care of it. So, but other brands are not giving that kind of warranty. It's a very sad state, and I'm very annoyed with Samsung because Samsung in the Android world has the highest margins, and they can easily repair these devices with the green line issue, but they are not doing it. So I'm very, very saddened about it, and that is the reason many people, when ask me, for example, the earlier user asked me about upgrading to a flagship S25 Ultra. That is why I'm reluctant about recommending flagship Android smartphones. Though the phones might be good, but that green line issue is still a thing that can happen, and many brands are not honoring it, because generally it happens after 2 years of usage. Okay, this is by Rebel. He's asking your take on Nothing as a brand. They entered the market touting as a premium smartphone maker, and now they are launching all budget and mid-range phones, skipping the flagship. Rebel, Nothing was never a flagship, true flagship brand, because they never used the fastest processor. Even the Nothing Phone 1 was having a mid-range processor. Yes, the Nothing 2 used a slightly older Snapdragon processor. So they never used the flagship processor, but they give good overall specs, I would say. And that's the same case even with this one. It's a good phone. with an okayish processor. This has the Snapdragon 78S Gen 3, and overall I would say, as I've told you, it's not for gaming, but apart from that, it's a good phone. And I think so the Nothing's market, the biggest market and the biggest success that they are having, I think so, is in India. And in India, the flagships, actually after a certain price point, the sales are minuscule in percentage numbers, so they have to actually bring out a very good mid-range smartphone. I think so that is the reason we have this Nothing Phone 3A. But yes, there are like hints that the Nothing 3 will come out, which is their regular flagship series. But again, even when the Nothing 3 comes out eventually, whenever it comes out, I don't think so it will have the flagship processor, that is the Snapdragon 8 Elite. It might have the older Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 processor, because Nothing could get it at a lower cost because it's a 1-year-old processor. Or they might go with the clocked down version of the Snapdragon 8 Elite, that is the 8S Elite, that is going to be launched. Anyways, moving to the next one. This is by Kranti. He's asking, he's saying, 2 of my friends purchased the Xiaomi 14 and 14 Ultra last year, and they are facing issues such as overheating, poor front camera, lens, fogging, and irregular software updates. Kranti, regarding the front-facing camera, yes, I would say I have the 14 Ultra. I don't have the regular Xiaomi 14. There's a review unit. It went back just after review. This is my personal unit that I had purchased. So this is the 14 Ultra that I'm having. Yes, the front-facing camera is not that great on this one. I've already mentioned about that in my review. Lens fogging, I never had that lens fogging issue on this one, so I can't comment about it. But I've heard that a small percentage of users had that lens fogging issue, but fortunately on my unit, no. And regarding software updates, I don't know what is wrong with your friend. We are getting software updates on this one, and as you can see, it's already on Android 15 with that Xiaomi Hyper OS 2.1. In fact, I got it a couple of months ago. I'm just checked. I've got another software update also. So yes, I don't think so in terms of software updates it is slow. But yeah, Xiaomi is not like every month they roll out update. I think so in once in 2 or 3 months they do roll out update. And I'm hoping, yes, the front-facing camera is not great for a camera-centric smartphone. I've told it n number of times. Let's see if they solve that issue with the Xiaomi 15 Ultra. This is by Vikas. Sorry, how important are the security updates on Android phones? I'm currently using a 5-year-old OnePlus 8. Apart from the lack of updates, everything works well. Should I upgrade my phone just because of that? I would say, technically speaking, security updates are sort of important, because sometimes applications have, what do you say, bugs, and if they are not patched or something, malware etc. can use it to infiltrate your phone and create a lot of issues. Because these days, guys, we just don't use the phone just for calling etc., but a lot of financial stuff also stays on our phone. Your banking information is there etc. So I feel, yes, security updates are sort of important. In fact, if your phone is not getting a lot of security updates, some of the apps after a while, if the Android version gets very old, or if the security update is very, very old, those apps, especially I know some banking apps, will stop functioning because of security reasons. Anyways, moving to the next one. This is by Aditya. What do you think about the new MacBook Air, as it has gone 15K cheaper, and with the card offer it's priced at around 90,000 and comes with 16 gigabytes of RAM? I'm planning to upgrade my Intel based MacBook Air. What do you say? Yes, the new MacBook Air M4 is a fabulous one, and now yes, finally it is coming at a very good price. So if you are upgrading from an Intel based laptop to this one, do it. It will feel like 3 times faster than your Intel based laptop. And that brings me to the point, some of you have also asked me about the new Asus ZenBook, when will I be posting the video on this one? I will be posting the video very, very soon on this one. I'm actually currently testing it out, so again, stay tuned for the channel. In fact, I'll try to edit because this one, I'm also very, very curious of this one, because this is the first time I'm using a Windows laptop with a Snapdragon processor, and I have to say, this is the best goddamn Windows experience I had till date. It just opens and just starts working. No need to shut down etc. like a Mac. Always ready to do. I didn't even, from the day I got this one, I haven't rebooted it, or I need to, just for one update was there, I had to reboot it. But apart from that, nothing. And what is heat? What is heat? No heating, nothing. It's so light. In fact, this model is just 980 cramps. So finally, I would say, now thanks to the Snapdragon X processor, we Windows users will be getting that premium experience that Apple guys were actually getting. I haven't done video editing, so I'll try to edit this video actually on that laptop and see how's that, because for the other stuff that I've been using for the last 5 days, it's been perfectly working flawless, I would say. Anyways, moving to the next one. This is by Ram. Please recommend a good phone. OnePlus 13 I want to, but worried about the green line. If you want to pick between the OnePlus 16, 16 Pro and Google Pixel 9 series, which one you suggest? Ram, as you are a little bit worried about the green line issue, don't be worried if you're going with the OnePlus 13 series. Both the 13 and the 13R, OnePlus has clarified and they have already put out a statement on the website, etc., that if in case these phones have green line, even after the warranty, they will take care of it. That's the only brand as of now that is giving that extended unlimited warranty for green line. So if you're worried about that, you should go with the OnePlus. Between the iPhone and the Google Pixel 9, again, depends on the Android. But now I say the Google Pixel 9 series have become sort of old, because in the next 5 months, we might see the Pixel 10 series, which will be coming with a new Tensor, processor that is based on TSMC instead of the Samsung Foundry. So yeah, I would say, so I'm actually a lot more excited about the Pixel 10 because of the new Tensor chip that's supposed to be there. Moving to the next one, this is by Mr. Faisal. He's asking, not tech related, hope your health is fine. Try to post some content on Geekyranjit right side blog. Yes, I'm doing a lot better. In fact, I'm the most healthy in my last 47 years now. Yes, but I'm not I'm doing those rides etc. on my bikes, but I'm just fun rides, maybe once 10 days or something, but I'm not mounting those GoPro etc. and shooting the videos. Anyways, this is by Sandeep. Again, a lifestyle question. Loved your video you made on the lifestyle changes you made to improve health issues. Please make another one. How you manage stress. It'll definitely have an impact. And you're a father figure in the tech industry for many of us. Father figure, yeah. Gray hair, white hair. Yes, I would say, yes, I started taking care of my health from last year onwards, and it is giving me rewards quite a bit, I would say. I started doing regular jogs in the morning. Past 2 months, I'm not able to do it because I did a stupid thing and injured my knee. That's why I'm not able to run. But apart from that, I would say, I paid a little bit more attention on the exercising and running. That improved my health drastically. And also a big change I did is in my diet. I noticed that I was having a lot less protein intake. That's why I used to get exhausted very, very easily. Past 7-8 months, I've now changed my diet. Every day in the morning, I actually have 2 boiled eggs, and apart from that, I've also started to having 1 fruit every day. Sometimes I have 1 fruit and or 2 also in a full day. So these are some of the changes that I've done. So I'm having a little bit more protein rich diet. Instead of having more rotis or rice, I try to have more protein or more salad or more stuff, and that's making a huge difference, I would say. But yeah, again, as some of you have asked me, I'm the healthiest in the last 47 years. I'll be actually soon 48. Anyways, moving to the next one. This is my Junkie. He's asking, my Poco F1 is going good. Should I upgrade to a new mobile? No. If your phone is working perfectly fine, what's the point in upgrading? I have said this earlier also. These days, if your phone is working perfectly fine, there is no point of upgrading, because the upgrades that you'll get from one generation to the other generation is not that drastic. In fact, this is the iPhone 16 Pro, and now I'm regretting purchasing this one, because for 95% of the times, the end user experience is exactly the same as my iPhone 13 Pro. So just use your phone till it works. Once it dies, just buy a new one. This is by King's Regine. He's asking, during a phase before COVID-19, Xiaomi and few other brands had stopped sending you review units, but now they are on the channel for a podcast. How did this happen, if you are allowed to answer? I don't know. Maybe during that time, somebody at the higher level management or whatever didn't like me or had some personal grudges with me. Now that is not the case. That's why they are sending review notes and stuff. So yeah, that's what it is. Anyways, this is by Nikhil. He's asking, how's DJI service in India? Please review the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. Is it too fragile? Be wanting to buy it for a long time. I don't know about the DJI, what do you say, service in India, because I haven't had the need to use it, but this is the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, and it's a brilliant system, I would say. I just love it. And for if I want to do those quick vlogs and stuff like this, I actually now just use this one, and it just works brilliantly, I would say. Yes, because of this gimbal, as it's a moving thing, you got to be a little bit careful. You just can't drop it here and there. But I have been actually just using it normally. I just put it back in this case, and it's been working fine. In fact, if you watch my EV battery related videos, those were completely in my garden. Actually, they were completely shot with this one. It's actually a great product, I would say. Anyways, guys, so that is it for this tech Q&A session. And guys, if you're still not subscribed to the YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. And if you found this tech Q&A useful, hit that thumbs up button. Anyways, guys, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. This is Ranjit, and I hope to see you in my next video. Take care, guys.